Hey guys, Miss P here today. Today we're going to be simplifying radicals. So we're actually kind of going to be using methods we've used during the second and third marking period. So hopefully this won't be terribly new. But all right, here we go. Let's have fun. All right, so example 1. All right, we are going to simplify radical 8, or what's the square root of 8. Now, if you want, guys, we're going to do the square root of 8 in your calculator and you press enter, you get a decimal. All right, we don't want our answers in decimal form. We want them in radical form. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that kind of cake method, tower method that we used when we factored out greatest common factor. And if you also remember, we also used our prime numbers. If you remember, I'll write them on the side. They're 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. Now, we usually don't go higher than that, so I'm only going to put those there. Now, remember, a prime number is a number that no other number but 1 in itself go into it. So when we break down, we always want to get to a 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down 8. So we're going to take 8 over here. And we're going to see what one of these numbers go into 8. It's even, so I'm going to start with 2. So I'm going to take out a 2. So 8 divided by 2 gives us 4. Now, what one of our prime numbers goes into 4? Well, again, it's even, so I would use 2 again. 2. 4 divided by 2 gives us 2. Now we're stuck with a prime number. So the only thing that goes into 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 gives us 1. Once we get to that 1 on the bottom, we're done. We have fully factored it. Okay? So since we fully factored 8 to its prime, okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to look at our radical 8. Now, technically, there's an invisible 2 right there, because usually when you ask for the square root of something, you're asking what two numbers that are the same number multiply to get that number. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to look for pairs. We want to find two of the same number. Now, when we factored this, we took out a 2, and a 2. Are there any two numbers that are the same? Yeah, we actually have 2 2s. I mean, we really have 3 2s, but we're only looking for pairs right now. So what happens is this 2 gets to come outside. Now, this 2 down here does not have a pair, does not have a match, so it stays inside. So our simplified answer for this would be the 2 that came out, then our radical 2 that had to stay inside. So the answer to simplifying, the square root of 8 is actually 2 square root 2, or 2 radical 2. So this is your answer right here. Guys, if you were to put both in the calculator and press enter and get that decimal, you would get the same decimal for both of these because they would be equal. All right, that is example 1. Now I'm going to erase. Bam. All right, example 2. All right, for example 2, we are going to find the square root of 18. All right, since we kind of went over the basics, we're going to go a little bit faster now. So we're going to take 18, and we're going to say what number goes into 18. Well, first off, it's even. I'm always going to use 2 if it's even. That's what I usually like to do. 18 divided by 2 gives us 9. Now, 9 is not even, but after 2 comes 3, and 3 does go into 9, so we're going to take out a 3. 9 divided by 3 gives us 3, and 3 is prime, so the only thing that goes into 3 is 3. 3 divided by 3 gives us that 1. That means we're done. So we're going to look at what's on the outside here. Do we have any pairs? Do we have any matches? Yes, we do. These 2 3s. So a 3 will come out, and what's left over? A 2. This 2 does not have a pair, so it's going to stay inside. So our answer is 3, because that's what we took out. Radical 2, because that's what stayed in. Bam, done. That's example 2. All right, pause it if you need to, copy this down, but I'm about to erase it. Boom. All right, example 3. Here we go, example 3. Now we're going to do the square root of 32. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to break down 32. It's even, so I'm going to use 2. 32 divided by 2 gives us 16. Again, it's even, so I'm going to do 2 again. 16 divided by 2 gives us 8. It's even again, so I'm going to use another 2. 8 divided by 2 gives us 4. 4 again is even, so I'm going to use 2 again. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 2 is prime, so the only thing that goes into 2 is 2, which gives us a 1 left over. Now we're looking for pairs. Guys, we have a lot of 2's, but we need to find pairs. So the first 2 could be a pair, so that comes out. The second 2 can be a pair, so that can come out. But guys, this 2 doesn't have a pair, so that 2 has to stay in. So both of these 2's are going to come out. Now, when you take both of these out, what you're going to do is you're going to multiply them together. So 2 times 2 equals 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out a 4, and what stays in is what's left over, which is our 2. So the answer to this would be 4 radical 2. All right, about to race to go on. Having so much fun. Okay, now we're on example 4. Okay, example 4 is simplifying the square root of 90. So we're going to take 90 and we're going to divide it, and, it's even. So I'm going to just go with 2. 90 divided by 2 gives us 45. Now, 45 is not even, okay, but it does end in a 5. So usually stuff that ends in a 5, I like to just divide by 5. So 45 divided by 5 gives us 9. Now, it's not even. It doesn't end in a 5 or a 0, so 5 doesn't go into it, but 3 does. So we're going to take out a 3. 9 divided by 3 gives us 3. 3 is prime, so the only thing that goes into 3 is 3. 3 divided by 3 gives us that 1. So now we got to the 1, so we know we're done. Now we're looking for pairs. Okay. Well, this 2 doesn't have a pair. The 5 doesn't have a pair, but these 3 are together. So we could take that out. But guys, there's a 2 and a 5 left inside. So just like we did before, if we take multiple things out, we multiply them. If multiple things stay in, we multiply them. So 2 times 5, which stays inside, is 10. So a 3 comes out, and the 5 times 2, which is 10, stays in. So our answer would be 3 radical 10. Yay, done. Only 2 more examples to go, guys. We're doing good. All right, the only thing different with this example is we are not taking the square root anymore. Okay? For example 5, we are actually taking the cubed root. Okay, the cubed root means the third you're trying to find three things that match. Okay? So we're going to take the cubed root of 72. Guys, you are doing nothing really different with the breaking down of 72. You're going to take your number and you're going to break it down just like you normally do. Well, it's even, so I'm going to break it down by a 2, which gives me 36. Now, 36 is also even, so I'm going to divide that by 2. 36 divided by 2 is 18. That's also even, so I'm going to divide it by another 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. Now, 9 is not even, so we have to divide it by 3. So 9 divided by 3 gives us 3. And 3 is prime, so the only thing we can put into it is 3. 3 divided by 3 gives us 1. We got that 1. We are done. But now, guys, listen. We're looking for the cubed root. That means instead of having two numbers that are the same, we need three numbers that are the same. So see how we have 3 2s? That's what comes out. So a 2 comes out, but both of these 3s stay. And remember, when both of the numbers stay inside, you just multiply them. 3 times 3 is 9. So the 2 comes out and the 9 stays in. So 2. Now, guys, this is very important. You have to put your little 3 there. If you don't put your little 3 there, you're going to think it's the square root. All right? Because the square root, you don't have to show that 2. It's implied. It's just like the invisible 1 on a variable. It's there, but it's, invisible. So, and then inside, guys, was our 9. So the answer for this is 2 cubed root 9. Woo! Having fun. Okay, guys. One last one to go. Clear that screen. All right, guys, example 6. We're still going to stick with the cube root for this one. All right, so we want to simplify the cubed root of 288. Okay, so we're going to take 288 and we're going to do the same exact thing. We are just going to keep doing the prime factorization. So right off the bat, it's even, so I use 2. 288 divided by 2 is 144, which is also even, so I'm going to divide that by 2. 144 divided by 2 gives us 72. All right. 72 is also even, so we can divide that by 2, which gives us 36, which is also even, which we could divide by 2, which gives us 18, which can also be divided by 2, which gives us 9, which cannot be divided by 2 because it is not even, but it can be divided by 3, so we're going to divide it by 3. 9 divided by 3 gives us 3. 3 is prime. The only thing that goes into 3 is 3. We're left with a 1 on the bottom because 3 divided by 3 is 1. We are done. We finally finished. There is a 1 on the bottom. Guys, we got a lot of numbers. We got 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. Look at this craziness. It's okay. Don't freak. We got this. So, guys, remember, we need matches of the same 3 number, okay? So these 3 2s go together. Now, there's these 2s have to stay because there's no other 2. There needs to be 3 for you to take out. And these 2 3s have to stay because there's not another one. So the only thing we're taking out is a 2. But guys, everything inside here is staying inside. So we need to multiply it all. 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. Well, guys, 2 times 2 is 4. All right. Just bring down the rest. 4 times 3 is 12. And 12 times, sorry, I put a 2. 12 times 3 is, what do we got? 36. All right, so 36 is actually going to stay inside. That's kind of a big number, but I saved the harder problem for the example. So we're taking out a 2. We have to do our cubed root. Don't forget that tiny little 3, because the only thing we took out was a 2. Remember, that comes there. Cubed root stays. And what is going inside, stays inside, is 36. We are finished and all done. Whew. Good times, right? Hope you guys, learned from this video. Sorry it was a lot. Trying to fit as much as I can in. So you guys hopefully don't have any questions, but hope you guys are doing well. Thinking about you guys, miss you, and just have a good day. See you guys later. Hopefully soon. Bye.